And we are live. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 99.
Wow.
And I'm joined once again by Theo Monsta Mack. How's it going, Theo? What's up?
What up, nephew? I just want to show everyone I'm in the holiday spirit. I'm very excited with my Pablo Escobar Let It Snow shirt
There
before
you
I move a
go.
little closer. Not much. I've been working my shoot job like crazy, working wrestling like crazy. Uh, I've been trying to like slow it down, and things just keep picking up, and it's crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, we talked about it before. I'm like, I wanted to be done by the end of this year, but it looks like I'm going into 2023 with a halfway decent schedule.
Hey, that's a good problem to have, at least especially wrestling wise. That's another reason I wanted to have you on because there's a lot to talk about. Just this year alone has been like this is supposed to almost be because we discussed it the last time you were on, almost a goodbye tour. Just okay, now it's time to end the boots, and it just picked up even quicker.
Yeah, I know. It's
Uh,
like, what the hell? I can barely move. Why do you guys want to see me still?
hey, there's a lot of us again, especially a lot of your wrestling nephews that still want to see you in there and killing it, and it's been great to see you.
Well, I
And
appreciate the love. And to be honest, I've been doing a lot of cool things, especially in Catalyst and Titan. Um, Catalyst, the last show was probably the best show. You were missed. I know you weren't
I
there.
know, unfortunately, I couldn't make it, but
It's all
I
right.
heard some amazing things. Which, if you guys weren't there as well, check it out. It is now available fully on demand to
Mhm.
watch. It was a great show, which I
Yeah.
was going to bring up because I got some pictures here. You know how I do.
Yep.
A new member was added. A nephew to the Saints was added. So a good brother Tom was added to the group. So that was
Dominic De
cool to see.
Niro. I like him. I've always felt there was something special there with Dominic De Niro since I met him. Probably going back about 5 or 6 years. The first time he looked like he was very hungry, and he's been proving that. You know, as he does more and more on the indies. Um, and we came up a little short. I was actually supposed to be Deshaun Pratt, but Deshaun, he was booked somewhere else. So at the last second, we added Dom, and I fully co-sign on that. I know G's does too, and he looked like a star, especially hanging in there with the AEW guy Peter Avalon. You know what I mean? When you can impress a TV talent, that's always good for your career. And Peter Avalon, even though we were feuding for a hot minute, he's a good dude. And main event are two guys that I've been a big fan of. So, we got, I want to say in our match, we probably got the biggest ovation for a finish the whole night. The place went nuts, and it was kind of cool, and I like that I got to live my lucha dream by wearing the mask. Um, that to me, I started calling myself the White Lion Monster Mac. You know what I mean? And it was kind of cool, man. Like main event are definitely, I don't know if you want to call them the future or present tag team. That's what the gold standard of tag team wrestling is right now. And they still got a lot to learn, but they're really, really good. And they're two good dudes. I really think that as long as they continue to make the best of the opportunity they're given, they're gonna go pretty far in this biz. So
No, definitely so. And getting to see you guys get in there and work. It's at the last Catalyst show I was at. I told you guys I was like that chemistry. You could see it there. Like it's something that's not, you don't usually see a lot like that. That it's that generational battle, but it's like you see because they're those New York guys. They're especially with the wrestling that you guys came up with. It's like
mm-hmm.
it fits so well. And adding Dom to the mix, I felt like that was perfect. When I heard, I was like, he's gonna fit so well in there.
Mm-hmm. And he did.
That match alone was great, but that promo you guys did is what had me dying though.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I got to give credit to my girlfriend Liza on that. She was like, "How great would it be if you had two candles?" And we were trying to find like the cheesiest, candles possible, but we found the two Jesus candles, and that was all one take. Everything just happened just like that.
Oh, that's great.
Tom followed up. He was good. Jesus solid like always, and it's the one thing that I do. I actually was talking to Chris Cage not too long ago, and he had said it. He was like, the thing about me, G's, and Joker is that you could tell, like some guys, you see them and they're a tag team, and as soon as they come through the curtain, they go this way and they go that way. But with us, you could tell that we hang out. We've known each other for a long time. It's not just the wrestling thing. This is an outside life thing, and
Yeah.
it is. You know, I've known both those guys for almost 20 years now each, and geez, like I've said it before, when I had some say with JP, I voted for him to be the champ, and he's the last Jersey All Pro Wrestling champ. You know, and it's only fitting that now, you know, towards the end, G's is my tag team partner, and we're champs in two different places, and we're very much in demand, which is it's crazy to me. I mean, it shouldn't be because G's is super talented, one of the most criminally underrated talents, and you know, it's like it's really cool that I get a chance to, you know, team up and work with someone like G's and Joker, and you know, the guys like Dom and Deshaun, the younger guys too. You know, I really hope that nice. I really hope that, you know, I get a chance to see them all on TV, the younger guys that we work with, because you know, if we're able to have more than one good match, have a great match, have a series of great matches, they deserve it. You know what I mean? And I totally feel that way about everybody that we've been working with, the younger guys. You know, and you know me, I'm all about helping the younger guys in the locker room anyway. You
No,
know,
definitely. And you can see it, especially with the matches. It's definitely been a lot of helping them get to that next level and get with you guys. And it's been great chemistry with the matches you've had in both Titan and Catalyst and everywhere you guys are going. And it's funny because I was going to bring up, especially with you and with Joker and G's, who would have thought when we were talking earlier in the year about opportunities, possibly what could happen. And then now, months later, Phillies, we see not a Phillies Most Wanted, not a DHS, but the combination in the Demon Saints, the Tri-State Saints, and it's been a talk of the town. A
yeah,
crazy trio.
it really
Like,
is crazy how life works sometimes. And it's not that like I didn't think it was going to be successful. It's just I didn't think it was going to have an opportunity to do
yep,
anything. You know, especially Joker had been out for a while, and he had a bit of a resurgence. Unfortunately, you know, he got injured at the last Catalyst show that he wrestled, and he's kind of been taking his time coming back because you know it's an ankle injury, and it's one of those things where you know if you don't take care of it right, it can definitely mess you up. You know, and you know I know he's been trying to heal that up as best as possible before he comes back into the ring. Um, and you know, I look at myself as very fortunate because between him wrestling with Louis and teaming up with Louis in the past year, to me that's like I love Louis. He's my brother, and you know, Low Life Louis is one of those guys that without him there is no me or a lot of guys. And the fact that we got to have a match, team up, do stuff on big storyline, main events. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that ambulance match is still
yeah,
like it's insane, and it's funny because you guys had that match, and then we do the podcast,
yeah,
and I was like, it was just the craziest circumstance of things, and I was like. But this is what especially for me, that's what I grew up on watching you guys beat the hell out of each other, but then you still see that genuine love afterward.
yeah, yeah.
That's what all this is about. It's awesome.
I'm all about like you know I had a speech with the Titan locker room last week, not this week, the week before, and I told everyone I said, listen, we're here to make money. We're here. This is a business. You are not here to make friends. And the thank you, Alfred. Mad love and respect for you too. And the consequence of doing good business is having a good friendship. You know, you have a lot of guys that you have to trust, chemistry, and in and out of the ring, all that good stuff. And but the bottom line is, it's all about business. And I've been very fortunate enough to make a lot of good friends, a lot of good acquaintances that you know years could pass by and never see each other, and then all of a sudden we see each other one day and it's as if nothing ever changed, as if there was no time in between. You know, and I say that a lot about Moff. Moff is Dan. Moff is a prime example. You know, We were total strangers. I would see him at JAP crowds before he was a wrestler, and next thing I know, I'm teaming up with him. I don't know him, and that was, what, 23 years ago, give or take, something like that, right? And from there, it's like we could go years without seeing each other, and when we see each other and we have to wrestle, it's as like the switch hits and we're good to go. You know what I mean? We don't have to talk. We don't have to say anything. We're on the same page, and chemistry like that is hard to find in the real world. Same thing with Homicide. Same thing with Louis. That chemistry, that brotherhood is strong, and when it happens and it forms and it's done the right way, man, it's amazing. And I'm glad that wrestling did that for me. But at the same time, we have to do good business, and if you don't do good business, chances are the relationship isn't going to be as strong. So the fact that me, G's, and Joker are doing good business, our relationship is getting stronger, our friendship is getting stronger, and the fact that people can count on us to be in the main event or be in the opener or be anywhere on the card, and we knock it out the park every single time. That's pretty big for me.
Definitely, and especially this business, we all know to break the fourth wall a little bit. It's always that difficult to have that full trust, especially from promoters. A lot of times, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it's a championship trust as well, because it's putting that level of, hey, we trust you guys. You represent the brand now, and
Yeah,
especially with all three of which I feel like, especially now, it's not hard to trust you three. Like, if there's anyone guys are gonna trust, it's like, hey, it's three guys that have been doing this combined for more than almost a century now. Like,
the guys from Catalyst and from Titan have definitely told me multiple times I'm happy they are with everything they've done, how much they trust us being around. What up, Wes? And just their overall basic love of the team and everything that we've done. And to be honest, like I don't think anything really was planned out for us. It was just like, oh, this is happening, especially with Catalyst. It happened, and it just everyone loved it. It was different, and I do feel bad for some of the teams that were trying to claw their way to the top. And here we come. We haven't teamed up, and next thing you know, we're tag champs. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's a way to show them, hey, look, put in the work, and it's gonna happen for you. But you gotta earn that spot. It's not just given. Which is silly because I just said it was given to me, but
well, again, that's
it was through all the years of hard work
yeah.
previously. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just like, hey, oh, no mames.
It could never be a podcast with us without a little surprise, but unfortunately, I don't
Super
think
spot.
he got audio.
Sean, your mic isn't working, bro. We got to get your mic working.
Oh no.
Oh, he's gone. No mames way.
I love how I'm looking at. That's how I was looking at my phone for a second because I'm like, he's telling me to add him in. I'm like, okay, surprise it is.
I'll take surprises. It's all good, man. It's all good. Dude, that dude right there. I known him since the first year of Ring of Honor, 2002, and he's one of those guys that no matter what, we'll just. I mean, we send each other stupid memes all day, but no matter what, whenever I need to talk to someone or he needs to talk to, we got each other's back, And Hernandez is one of my favorite people that I met in this business by far. He always, I stay laughing around him. So you got that deal going on. You're in a good place.
Definitely. But let's start doing this a little bit. Let's start promoting some things you have going on as we reminisce here, because I know there's promoters watching that want to hear the plugs here. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see if he has audio now. Can we hear you? Oh, oh, and he's gone.
He's driving a Chevy.
Well, let's talk about this next Saturday here, as you have Escape from New York coming. Your thoughts on this? It's going to be Team Titan in action here, as it's going to be. Look at that team right there. You have Doctor Sleep, Anthony Gangone, PJ Savage, and Merc representing Titan here against Team Standalone Wrestling. This look at that team right there.
That's
Titan definitely has a bit of a team right there. That's That's quite a team.
I mean, that's the killer squad right there. That's not even a team. That's just a murder crew. And let's see if Hernandez, you there? You got Mike? No.
How does he keep dying every time? I could have sworn he had audio there when he died.
He might have. But you know, all right, let's see.
Does he have audio?
Bro, y'all hear me now?
There we go.
Yes.
No fucking mommy's way, motherfucker.
No mames way. Where's the whistle? Where's the whistle?
We all doing?
Chilling, bro. Chilling.
Y'all talking about his
Chilling.
career?
My upcoming nonsense of my last year. We did the in-depth career interview, what, last year?
It was this year, actually. I was looking. I was trying to find. It was my 8th episode this year, but it's almost been literally a year, so it works out.
Yeah, I think we lost Sean again.
We definitely did. Hey, at least we got him for a second with audio.
For a hot second, he got the whistle. He got no mama's way. That's
There we
all
go.
that matters.
We get the clip for today.
Going back to Escape from New York, I was a part of Escape from New York when it was run under BWF.
Yep.
I believe it was the first one.
Yeah, that was the inaugural Escape from New York.
And actually, if I remember correctly, I was in the finals with Gangone, wasn't I?
You were.
So-
That's when he was able to hit you with Dreams by the Waterfall.
Yep.
One of his biggest today.
Yep. And you know, me and Gangone, we got a history going back a long time. Right now, he's current Titan and Funhouse heavyweight champion, and you know, we keep going back and forth about him having that title. And the reason why I say that is because I do miss having that title on my arcade. You saw on my Instagram, I put it out the other day. I love that belt. That belt is, you know, awesome. And the fact that I was the first one to hold it, you know, I'm going to have Titan give me that as a gift when I retire. They're going to have to just get a new belt. But, you know, Gangone is someone that I highly respect, whether I like him or not in the ring when we wrestle. But I do respect the hell out of him. He's got a smart mind. Sometimes he can get into his own head a little too much. And, you know, it kind of causes him to be, I don't want to say insecure, but be very overly cautious, if that makes sense. You know, and, you know, PJ Savage is someone that I had a huge match with earlier this year, just about 2 months ago, give or take. And he's an up-and-comer from New York, went to Johnny Rod's school. He's as tough as anybody. In fact, he kind of reminds me of, I've had people say he reminds them of a young me, but he kind of reminds me of a young Moff. You know, just hits like a bull, is in your face. The intensity is off the charts, you know, but he's definitely someone that you should be looking out for. I mean, this year was the year of his whole group, and the takeover was literally taking over everything. You know, it's kind of crazy, but you know, he's refocused on himself now. It's less about the group, it's more about him, and he's someone definitely a Titan to look out for. And we're gonna probably have a rematch because you know, he was a little too sour that the old man beat him. I get it, you know, but trust me when I tell you that whatever happens, whatever happens, it's gonna be a banger, you know. With Merck, he just spent the last year and change as the hardcore champ. Actually, not year, a few months though. It was almost a year as the hardcore.
I was gonna say that grip though, it felt like almost more than a year.
Yeah, it
How
felt
much he was defending it.
Like 8 months. It was like maybe 8-10 months. You know,
And that's still a lengthy reign though when you think about it, especially who he was going in there with.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he's been in there with a lot of hardcore guys in the area, including Low Life Louie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, um, he's someone that is naturally tough. He was in the military. He's as a pro wrestler. He's one of those guys that is really hard to beat. You
Yeah.
know, um, but yeah, I think given all that, my experience, Gangone's smarts, PJ's intensity, Merck's heart, it's gonna be hard to beat that team. And like I said, you guys are gonna see it probably Friday or Monday. I'm not really sure, but Titan's gonna release their own promo. But in that first one that we did for Project, you saw I'm not letting New York down. New York is my city. It's all of us came from New York. It's our town, and Titan, even though it's a Jersey company, Titan has a lot of roots in New York.
Yeah. It was 1 second, guys. We lost him for a sec. Uh-oh. We lost you.
Did you
Oh,
or did you?
there we go.
Go.
It was for a second that it was like, you know what it is? It's every other team trying to hack into our stream right now. That's all.
Yes, I believe it. I believe it. But yeah, like I was saying, there's a lot of things with Titan that are coming up in 2023 that are huge. The Unleashed series that I just announced this past weekend. They want to run in a lot of venues, and they've even talked about running in New York.
Ooh,
so
okay.
If we can run in New York, then things are on the upswing. You know what I mean?
Hey, definitely so.
But it's one thing at a time, and we got a lot of things on our plate, and this is the focus right now. December 10th, Escape from New York, Project Codename Fred. I think everyone dies that night. We're just gonna kill everybody. First round, I don't even want to tag in. I'm just gonna let PJ run and kill everybody.
See, it's hard for me with this one because this was like, I was like, I gotta talk to him about it, but it's like I'm supposed to be unbiased that night because I'm one of the commentators at Project, but it's like it's one of my best friends on this team. It's a wrestling Theo of mine on this team. It's like, how can I not root for Team Titan on that night?
Yeah.
And plus, I get to call finally. It only took a few months. I finally get to call one of your matches, so it's like, hey, it's gonna be a good night.
Yeah, well,
but
it's gonna be a lot.
Now
of fun.
I have to ask this though, because I also noticed G's is on one of the other teams. So if it comes down to the finals and you guys are standing across, how is that going to be for you?
Well, understand that G's is someone that I've been cool with for a long time. However, I did beat G's one time to become CZW Tag Team Champion, and he was with another TV talent. He's called himself the Blade right about now on AEW. So you got two TV talents, and the Hit Squad beat them for the tag titles in CZW, Jesus' hometown. So I'm not going to be returning the favor because I really want this before I'm out. But if that happens, if that comes down to it, it's business, and we'll shake hands before, we'll shake hands after, and we'll slap each other in the face as hard as we can during. So
there you go. I had to ask it just because again, it's we got to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
I see you, Coltrane. Real quick, Ahmed Johnson. He asked about Ahmed Johnson.
This is just the joke he has every time. Every podcast I do, he's got to bring up Ahmed Johnson for some reason.
I mean, that'd be kind of dope if we're out doing a hashtag dope promo and Ahmed just walks behind us out of nowhere in his. I mean, he'll be super chubbed out, but he'll fit with us. You know what I mean? So,
hey, that location we did the promo would have fit. But
yeah, exactly. Just imagine he has the 2x4 in his head and he walks out. Nobody would question it. It would be, oh, that's dope.
Oh, man. But guys, go check out that promo again. It's a lot of intensity there. It's some great cinematic as well. Hashtag dope. Coltrane does a lot of great work. You guys got to check that out.
Anybody watching this that doesn't know Coltrane's work, you need to look him up. Hashtag dope. It's probably been about 10 years now I've known Coltrane, give or take, and everything that I've ever done with him has been fire. He's an absolute visionary. He's someone that he sees things that none of us see. And you see when you talking to him, he's constantly playing film in his head of how he would see things and play it out. And I saw you were doing some of the acting classes with him. I'm gonna try to make the next one. I was trying to get to this week's, but I couldn't. But what you call the next one, I want to be there because it's something that looks dope to me. I feel like if you're in this business and you want to be serious about it, you should be taking some sort of acting lessons or something along those lines because the more the better it is for you in this business. Trust me.
No, definitely so. And those have definitely, for at least for me, especially with this and even the commentary, it's helped a lot just because you learn a lot of proper projection, proper pronunciation on a lot. And again, especially even for character work, it's great. So
Yeah.
definitely, if anyone's watching, hit up Coltrane, and definitely, Theo, we missed you there. So
Yeah.
hopefully for the next one, we can get you out there.
I got a little jealous. I saw Mop at one. I was like, why didn't they hit me up? I'm a better actor than him. Damn it. Although Ray Kalitri was at the last one, I wanted to be there just to hang out with Ray Kalitri because he's like the definition of cool to me. So I think
they both were very good in those seminars. It was great. So it was definitely a good time.
He's another one that people need to be on the watch for because everything about him is $1 million. That's the first day I saw him. That's what I said. So him doing this is only going to increase his value big time.
Definitely. I was telling him, I was like, hey, we got to get you on the podcast eventually too. But he's a world traveler, man. It's hard to get him. Yeah, he's always somewhere.
I'm his boy, and I got his telephone number, and it's hard for me sometimes to text him and him answer because he's all over the place.
Definitely. Hey, it's a good life though. It's a good life.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's why people, if you play hard, if you work hard, you play hard. You know what I'm saying? And he definitely works hard, so he can afford to play hard. And like I said, he's been doing a lot of good stuff in the ring. And he's definitely the guy, one of those guys that you could always tell, they're going to be TV guys real soon, and he's right there. I think he would be great in like an Impact or an NWA because of his presentation. They don't have anything like that in either one of those companies. All those guys that dress up in suits, with the exception of G's, but all the guys that dress up in suits, they look like they're playing. Whereas with Ray, it's natural. He is suave. He is guapito, machismo. That's him. And when he rocks the suit and rocks the Maserati, that's his Maserati. That's not rented. You know what I'm saying? So he knows the lifestyle. He knows what's up, and he is the lifestyle. So you can't get a better character than that.
Oh, definitely so. And I can see it, especially that day we were looking. It was funny how quick he just jumped into everything, and it felt almost natural. So I was like, okay, yeah, there's something there. I can't wait to see what it fully develops into. Because that's always the best thing when you get to see almost from that ground up and get to see what they develop into.
Yep.
That's always the best.
Yeah. And when we talk about things, especially like how we want things to go in wrestling, we talk about it in terms of our favorite movies and scenes from our favorite movies. So, I mean, it's a natural fit, natural progression.
Definitely so. Definitely so. But I wanted to bring this up as well before I lost track when we were bringing in Theo Hernandez. We talked about Catalyst and we talked about those tag titles and the year it was. But it was funny because I wanted to bring up this picture because I wanted to get your thoughts down because of the insane moment at one of the last Catalyst shows that, again, you never know what could happen in wrestling. Look at this picture.
Yes.
It was one of just the wildest moments that, again, I'm going to steal a line from Theo's the SAT and say, I guess expect the unexpected in wrestling because just look at that. Julia Stiles just, as she was popping for you guys like crazy.
But what's crazy was she was because where we were at, that was like where the bathroom was at.
Yeah.
We didn't care. We were just getting dressed right there. We were like, screw it.
Well, that was the makeshift locker room for the net as well.
Yeah, that was like the secondary locker room. The other locker room was way too tight, way too many people. So we were the New York superstars. We had our own. So, but she went to the bathroom and she came out and she, like, I actually had no shirt on. I was just in, shorts. And she was like, oh man, you guys were really awesome. Great show out there. I was like, oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you appreciate it. And what was funny was she's like, you guys You guys want to take a picture? Actually, no. I'm sorry. Let me just rephrase that. At first, I was like, "Oh, thank you. We should get a picture at some time." And she was like, "Oh, you guys want to get a picture?" And like, she was a little nervous. And I was like, "Yeah. Let me just put on a shirt." Jeeves was already dressed. Joker was, geeking out. It was the first time I ever seen Joker like truly geek out. But he was like, "Man, that's so cool that Julia Stiles, you know what I mean, wants to take a picture with us." And the crazy thing is that it went viral like hell. Like a lot of people, like I pay attention to a lot of things, but I hadn't seen her in anything, and I found out that day that she was on a show on I think Netflix or Hulu, and like I was like, man, is she even still acting? Like I thought she might have retired or like just took time off to because she said she had just given birth, which is amazing because if you look at her in that picture, that was what in June or July something like that,
Yeah, around July. Yeah.
and she had given birth in February. So like I was like, wow, that's nuts, right? So um she was saying that she was doing the show and whatever. I was like, man, this is so cool. Like everyone picked up on it. Everybody's like, oh, Julia Stiles, that's so dope, and like I said, it was really cool. She was marking out for what we were doing in the show, and it was really cool the way things worked out. And that's one of the things with Catalyst is, you know, uh, they have a lot of hookups all over the place. So you never know who will show up. You know what I mean? And that's
Definitely.
why for me it's exciting because I'm like, man, I could be working in front of anybody.
Hey,
And
that's
that
that great
day it
thing.
definitely proved it.
Definitely so. And again, it's been a great time getting to see you guys there, getting to see just what has transpired over the year. And again, it doesn't stop. 2023, it continues there. Cal is just announcing their next show. It's going to be Rock the Bell House. So it's been confirmed the Saints will be there. What form of it? We're still going to have to wait and see. But
Well, I hope Joker is there because I'd like to celebrate our 1 year anniversary as being tag champs. Um, I don't, I wish I could tell you I knew what we were doing, but again, I really believe that with this run, nobody knew that this was going to happen, and it's just kind of like, what are you guys doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to wrestle G's and Steve? You want to wrestle Joker and G's? But they have their plan, and whatever happens, I'm ready for it. There's a couple of guys I'd love to see against us in the ring. But will it happen? Who knows? Honestly, being in New York, if they were to book the SAT, I wouldn't mind it one bit. You know what I mean? That would be a cool way to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. But like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see when we get there. I'm pretty sure I'll be finding out that day.
I've heard some rumblings, but especially that name's been thrown around. But we'll see what happens. Again, you never know in wrestling. It's always one of those. You gotta talk to some people.
Yeah, and to be honest, no disrespect to anybody, but if they do bring in the SAT and it's the three of them, it needs to be me, G's, and Joker. So I feel like that's the only proper way to do it. And but whatever happens, happens. I know there was talk of possibly getting the Hit Squad together to wrestle the SAT on some show. If that happens, that happens. I'm all about it. To be honest, like I said, I'm looking to be done soon. And if I can have fun on my way out, that's all that matters to me.
Hey, that's
Spend
the
some
best way.
quality time with some good friends.
Definitely. Hey, another match that I feel like is still, and you just posted a picture earlier. I should have screen grabbed it, and I forgot to. Was finally, even if it was just for a second, you and Tremont getting to share that ring. We're still waiting for that singles, and hopefully, again, someone picks this up. Someone needs to make money and finally book this match.
Well, I have a feeling Titan is gonna pick up the ball on that.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but they've asked me a couple of times, and they wanted to actually do it for Monster Among Men, but being me, I kind of wanted to wrestle a younger guy. That's why I picked Bougie. I wanted to wrestle someone to help elevate them and their status. But they've definitely tried, and they've asked recently about Tremont, and it just it was a perfect situation. The guys actually, I was the last guy in the Mount Olympus Rumble, and I asked the guys to give me the middle with Tremont. They all gave us our respect. They let us go, and we actually got eliminated by PJ and Wrecking Ball. So PJ, got a little bit of a receipt on me for me beating him. He eliminated me, but it's if it happens, it happens. Um, I'm all for it. Like I said, there really aren't too many matches that I'm going to be like, nah, I don't need to do that in this last. Well, I don't know if it's going to be the last year, but let's be tentative last year.
I was gonna say we said this on again episode 8. We were like, yeah, this is probably gonna be the last year, and now it's like you have 2 championships around. It's like it probably won't. We'll be doing another one of these. And it's like, so yeah, you have some more titles now.
I'm doing my own version of Terry Funk. Instead of actually retiring, I'm talking about retiring. And how many times I'm going to mention that I'm going to retire, but I don't retire.
Hey, it's a good thing though. It's one of those that luckily you still you still have your health. You're still having fun doing it, which to me I feel like that's one of the most important things, especially having that fun while still doing this.
Yeah,
Having that love for it and still having fun, getting to work with people you actually do want to work around. It's always great.
yeah. There's there's a lot of guys that I definitely want to be around and either get in the ring or mentor them outside the ring, and just help them out because I see a lot of potential, and I'm all about helping, and to be honest, I don't have any goals. I hung out at AEW. I saw a lot of friends like American Dragon, Christopher Daniels, a lot of guys that I hadn't seen in a long time. Keith Lee, Swerve, and it was cool, that like guys like Jay Lethal were coming up saying what's up, that I haven't seen in a long time, and like I always feel like I was thinking about this not too long ago. I always feel like when I leave wrestling, I'm definitely going to be forgotten. And the reason, not because, I didn't do anything or anything like that. It's just out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? And like, I know that there's a lot of guys that I helped and I affected their careers or lives in one way or another. So for those people, I won't be forgotten. But, like, as far as like the fans and stuff like that, there's going to be fans that are going to reach out to me, I'm sure, but it feels like I'm going to be, like I said, out of sight, out of mind, and I'll be able.
No, we lost Theo again. Hold on one sec, guys.
It's going to be.
There we go.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, I was just saying that I don't mean it like a bad thing. I just mean like, you don't forget, but it's not coming up as much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And especially, that more of my stuff was behind the scenes than it was out there, even though there's a lot of things. What up, Charlie? Even though there's a lot of things that I did out in front, but I feel like my biggest impact was always in the back.
See, and that's what I was gonna say. I feel like, especially even when you do, again, whenever it happens, when you do retire, I feel like that imprint is still gonna be there, and that to me is always gonna be important as well, because that mindset of yours is always gonna be around. Because I feel like even when you finally do retire from the in ring, you're still gonna be agenting in the back, producing in the back, and you're still gonna be around enough that I feel like that Steve Monsta Mack is always gonna be known. Yeah, especially in the New York, in the tri-state area.
More than likely, but at the same time, if I disappear, like if I just don't come back around, it's not because I don't love it. It's just because I'm doing something else. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna love wrestling. Wrestling is so dope to me. It's so much fun. Just a lot of things about wrestling. Yeah, there's a lot of crap too, but I love so much of wrestling. Like the fact, like I said, Hernandez just shows up. You know what I mean? Like,
and he was excited. He hit me up on the side like he's so sorry. The audio wasn't working. I'm like, hey, him popping up was just insane.
Yeah, you just being here means a lot to me, bro. Because like I said, he's one of those guys that no matter what's going on, he got my back and I got his. You know what I mean? And Like I said, we're wrestling. There's so much. Nice.
Yeah, okay, just got it here. So it's gonna be Monsoon, the third anniversary for TCW. It will be at the VF Post in Amston Road in Brickstown, New Jersey.
Okay.
So there you go, guys.
Check out Titan on all of their social media, Titan Championship Wrestling, to get all that information. I'm pretty sure I'll be doing something. Again, I don't know what.
Hey, if there's ever a time to do that match we're talking about, a third anniversary show would be a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna want their tag titles defended too.
This is also true. But again, hey, there's three of you, so they could do both.
This is true. This is true. I mean, we'll see. But trust me, if anything happens, you'll be the first, one of the first to know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Again, I just have to play the podcaster here and throw it out for them, for the fans watching. I'll get that text beforehand, like, "Hey, this is happening." Okay, cool. I know nothing.
What's going on, Steve?
It's always one of those. You gotta love it.
But yeah, like I said, I'm very fortunate. I know that I'm very grateful for all the opportunities, guys like Charlie and Billy Fetsky, the guys at Catalyst, JP, Ring of Honor, JCW, ICW, every company beyond, every company that I've ever wrestled for. I'm very grateful that, they gave me a chance to do something, even if it was just carrying Baron Corbin on my shoulder with a bunch of other guys. I got to be on TV and I got to be shouted out and recognized. And to me, that's cool as hell, man. How many people get a chance to do that in life? And I got, when we were in Boston, I came out for No Way Jose's conga line, right? I had a big blue wig, glasses, and you couldn't really tell it was me, but we came out, we're dancing. All of a sudden, we're in the dark. Vicious Vicky right in front of me, and I look and I hear "Hit Squad" in Massachusetts, of all places. You know what I'm saying? Dude, if you that's a lot, and there's nothing that's gonna ever take that away from my brain. You know what I mean? No matter what, I could be, I don't think I'm gonna be 70 years old, but I'd be decrepit 70-year-old, and that's still gonna be one of my last memories that I remember. And by the way, shout out to my mom. Today's her birthday. She turned 70.
Happy birthday, Mom. There you go. But no, definitely. And again, it's gonna be that. It's the mixture of those memories and then okay, what was the video game I liked? Okay, yeah. It was gonna be the thoughts in your head at that
Pretty
point.
much. Yeah. It's gonna be oh yeah, remember that time you played Sonic the Hedgehog 3 or Ghouls and Ghosts or Street Fighter? You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember all that. Who am I? I don't remember who I am, but I remember all that.
Oh man. But let's now promote another match as well before we get into more of the storytelling here as well. Let's go into this because I know BCW is going to be watching. December 17th, you make your return to BCW in singles action as you're going to be facing off against a guy that truly this year has also been a great year for him. Has truly had one of his most especially growing years in professional wrestling. Darius Carter. He's had some words just thrown around because he's still a little mad he doesn't have that BCW heavyweight championship anymore. So your thoughts going into that with Darius and his comments being made?
Well, like you said, Darius has had the last couple of years actually. Everything he's done in the ring has been fire. With no contract, with no outside help other than self-promotion. Somehow he was at 140 something, 148, 147, I forget, on the PWI 500. And listen, I know, everyone could be like, oh, it's a fake list, it's a mark list. I don't care. He's still listed in the top 150 wrestlers of the world, considering he's out there right now. And he's one of those top guys, and it's all just no TV, all local independent wrestling. He's another guy that he should be in NWA or Impact. He fits right in. Everything about him, his smug attitude, his move set, his actions in the ring. He really goes in there, and you feel it. Especially when he smacks someone, you feel like he has utter disgust for them, you know. Um, and it's funny because at the last Catalyst show, we were talking. He's like, "Oh man, before you go, we got to get in the ring one time." I was like, I was telling him, I was like, "Well, if we can make it happen, we can make it happen. I'd rather it be a tag team so that way you get a better version of me." But I don't know about singles. And then literally that same week, Darius versus Steve Mack, and I'm like, all right, that's what's up. So, I've been getting a little bit ready for that match. Because Darius is someone that's very serious. You don't go into a match with Darius and you're not prepped. And actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, that week that the match was announced for the first time in like forever, I ended up walking about 3.5 miles. You know what I mean? And that whole week, by the end of the week, my watch told me I walked something like 30 miles. You know what I mean? So like, I was like, man, that's what's up. I'm getting ready. You know what I mean?
There you go. That preparation starts.
Yeah. And like I said, Darius he's on fire. He's at the highest that he's ever been right now. What up, Matthew? How you doing? The nephew with the chancla. He definitely is on top of his game. And I last time I wrestled Darius was probably in Beyond at like 2016, I think it was. Me and Moff wrestled Darius and his group at the time. I'm trying to remember who he teamed up with, but it might have been like an 8-man, and I'm pretty sure TJ was in it. It was it might have been Gangon too. I don't remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say it had to be some formation of the Crusade, but
yeah,
I'm trying to remember who had been in there.
I just remember Darius. I remember TJ. I want to say Gangon. If not, it might have been.
Could have been the Minutemen because if it was,
it might have been the Minutemen. But either which way,
hey, it's still
back then, Darius was trying to make his name. You know what I mean? Now he's established his name. He's the king in his domain, and BCW is one of his castles. You know what I mean? And I look forward to stepping in and going hard that day. Especially, it's going to be my last show of 2023. I mean, 2022, as far as I know. Something might pop up. But
who knows? Again, this has been a year that you never know anymore.
Yes,
hey,
very true.
What a way to end it if it is the.
But it is, yeah, exactly. It would be a great way to end it. No better opponent than Darius on the 17th, and I actually look forward to that very much, as well as watching Ruthless Lala. She's one of my favorite wrestlers, so it's been a few months, maybe about 6 months since I last seen her in the ring. And she's someone that I enjoy watching wrestle. She brings it every time, and she gives it a great show every time. So those two things are what I'm looking forward to on the 17th the most.
Definitely. That's going to be a great time, which, guys, if you haven't already, go check it out. Get your tickets now. And again, you never know what else could be happening, but here we go. We got Matt with another message here. There you go.
Yeah,
that's great love there.
He was going through some stuff. I told him come to the show, hang out. We talked, joked a little bit. Matthew's someone that since his rookie year, basically, I've been, I keep my eye on. We talk. Anytime he has any questions, he asks me. I give him the advice that I could give him with best, and he follows through. And Matthew's going to be another one of those guys. Maybe this year coming up. If not the year after, he'll be one of the indie guys that everybody's watching, talking about. You know what I mean? I know he's doing his thing at Hokey School. I can't think of the name right now. I'm pretty bad right now.
Fallout Shelter. Yeah, Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, Fallout Shelter. There you go. Yeah, I know he's doing his thing there. And I look forward to a lot of big things from Matthew.
Definitely. There you go. Again, guys, check that out. And I think, and again, that shows, though, that imprint you have, and just especially with the amount of us of that generation, that's why we call you the Theo. You definitely have that mark on us. We look up to you because especially what you've done, not only for us, but just the business in general. It's always that pleasure to get some gems from you.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you guys even think of me as anything worthwhile. Um, a lot of times, you just for me, I mean, I just take things as they go. No problem, Matthew. Um, you just for me, I'm just living day to day. I try not to look too much to the past because when you start to do that, you start questioning, second guessing. I appreciate everything that I've done, everybody that I've been in the locker room with, in the ring with, and everyone that I met, all the fans, all the wrestlers, promoters. You know, um, yeah, I'm like I said, I'm grateful that I got the opportunity to be a part of this business. It's been a long time, a long way since me and Key first got into the ring together and beat the crap out of each other that we couldn't walk for like 2 weeks. To he's one of the most famous wrestlers ever, and I'm right there with a whole bunch of my boys. A whole group of us that people say we revolutionized this business, and it's really cool to be a part of that.
No, it truly is. And again, not to again always do that, but hey, you guys are part of that favorite group of mine. Watching you guys, growing up, watching you guys, that it's insane to be able to have these combos and see where you guys have gone and what you guys have established for the business. Like we're talking about. Look, you saw the chat earlier. Just every person you've touched that just comes through, and it shows, and it continues to show that love. So that's always amazing.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm grateful I get to see a lot of the guys that I've helped come up and become something, because I know a lot of those same guys were in the same boat I was when I was their age, and they're all becoming, indie names or TV names or international names, and that's really cool for me. I mean, like look at Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, I met. He's 15, 16. Got to the wrestling. His family, was always supportive. And one of the first matches he had, me and Moff came out and beat the crap out of him. You know what I'm saying? And we had like a nice little series going on. We go to Ring of Honor, Special K Hit Squad. JP, we come back, we do a little something with him. And then he's just everywhere. He's Mr. Worldwide. You know what I mean? And you look at him now in AEW, he's one of the most respected people in that locker room. And he's not even close to 40 yet. You know what I'm saying? And like to me, that's so amazing, so dope. And I like I said, I saw him in September, and it was all love. It was always all love. And it's cool that there's people like that. I felt bad. Ricky Starks was walking by me, and he goes, "Oh, hey, Steve." I was like, oh, "Hey, Ricky, nice to meet you." He was like, "Man, we met before." I was like, "Oh, my bad, Ricky. My memory sucks."
Hey, it's one of those that it's like it's better off that you said it that way than it's like, hey, you never know. Because again, a lot of times, so it's one of
No,
those. Hey,
he's like, "No, I get it, I get it." I was like, "Man, 26 years is a long time." Yeah, like,
oh man. Hey, it's still great though. He had that respect to come and say hi to you as well. That's again, it's showing how far that reach has been. Like it's always great.
it's pretty trippy. It's definitely trippy. Like today, I last night I talked about Dax and Brian Danielson wrestling, and it was a great match. But like I was looking at the little things because as a wrestler, for me it's too many headshots with a chair. But what you call I tweeted out that Dax was his his he's so good with his footwork, his placement, and I talked about Brian being a wizard and how great the match was, and Dax liked the tweet, and I popped. You know what I mean? Like, and I know he knows who I am because he's talked to Homicide about the Hit Squad. You know what I'm saying? And I met him once when I was an extra for WWE, but it was like a high and by. It wasn't like anything. And but Homicide talked. Me and him talked, and he told me they were like, "Yeah, we know the Hit Squad. Hit Squad's awesome." they watched early Ring of Honor, and JP, so they got to witness all that stuff. So like that's pretty cool to me. One of the best singles wrestlers, one of the best tag team wrestlers is shouting out me because I love tag team wrestling. You know what I mean? I'm the tag team specialist.
Definitely. No, that's awesome. So when you see that though, your thoughts on them holding Ring of Honor tag titles right now, your thoughts on Ring of Honor being still, especially these years later, even though it's a different form, just still being around, your thoughts on that?
So actually, it's funny because HC Loke posted a picture of the tag titles, and he asked, who should have had these titles, and he put Dunn and Marcos.
Yeah.
Right? And I commented under, I said the Hit Squad should have had them, but at the time I was told that it would have been too obvious if the Hit Squad were the tag team champs, which is to me still the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my career. But I wasn't the booker, so whatever. But a lot of people, even though we were the face of tag team wrestling with the SAT in that first year, they don't realize that we didn't win the Ring of Honor tag titles.
That's
We didn't
still
even challenge for them. Moff won them with BJ Whitmer, but the Hit Squad never even challenged for the titles.
That's
And
still
I thought
insane.
that was pretty dumb. But what do I know? I'm not making millions, I guess, so I'm not smart enough to understand.
That's you know what's crazy, and again, we've had these combos, and I knew this from talking to you, but it's still wild to me because as much as you thought of, especially early Ring of Honor, it was you guys. You guys were tag team wrestling. That I don't get how those belts never touched you guys. Like it's, I feel like when people think of the tag titles, they just automatically assume, oh yeah, the Hit Squad had to hold them. Like it's just reigns that should have happened. Like you think of, it's like
we had
you guys.
so many titles at the time.
Yeah.
But the one thing that, I mean, besides being told it was too obvious, the one thing, we just came back from Japan, and part of it was two things. It was me being not difficult to work with, but I wanted more. So whenever I would challenge them and be like, why aren't we getting more of the share? Why aren't we doing more of the stuff? We just came back from Japan. We were, for the last 4 or 5 years, it's been us with the SAT as the top two tag teams. There should be more focus on us. And I just fell out of favor because I was saying that. And then Moff wanted to do his own thing. The only thing Moff really wasn't about, making it clear. It wasn't until like the first place broke us up, Ring of Honor. And up until that point, it was like, oh, all right, well, we'll be broken up here, but we'll still wrestle. And then next, it was everywhere, and breaking up the Hit Squad that early was dumb to me as well. And that's why I got fired because, I expressed to them in my own way that it was stupid and almost got physical, and I got fired. But to me, I always felt like the Hit Squad had so much money left on the table, and we proved that when we teamed up again and beyond in 2015 and on. But it is what it is. You can't. That's why you can't look back. You can learn from those mistakes, but you can't dwell on it, because if you dwell on it, then yeah, of course you're going to be depressed and down. But if none of that happens, I don't get to this point where I'm super excited about where I'm at right now with G's, with Joker, with Deshaun, with every Dominic, everybody that I'm working with Titan, with Catalyst, now Bree. I'm really excited with all the stuff that I'm doing. You would think after all these years, you'd be like, oh, it's just another. And trust me, there's those days where I'm like, oh, yuck, wrestling. You know what I mean? But every time I get into the building, no matter how down I am, I'm like, I don't even want to be going here. But once I get into the building, it's like everything just changes. And I've had so many people over the years that they didn't see me wrestle, but when we're talking about me being a wrestler, they're like, everything about you just changed. You just lit up. It's because I love wrestling, and I'm happy with all the stuff that I've done. Because, like I said, I never thought of me doing anything, and the fact that I did all the stuff that I did with all the people that I did and helped all the people that I've helped, like that's like, man, that's cool as hell, And so you can't dwell on any of the stuff in the past. You can talk about it, you can learn from it, like I said, but you can't live in that. You have to live in where you're at right now. And a lot of people with depression need to figure that and hear that, because I know it's easier said than done, but a lot of the reason why they're in a depression is because they can't get out of yesterday. They're not in today. They're stuck in yesterday, and it kills. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of my friends that we used to make a lot of noise, and they have to settle for being average Joes or whatever it is, and you could see it on their face. They're just not happy. And that's one thing that I'm happy with. Everything wrestling gave me my life. Wrestling gave me my daughter. I met her mom when I was wrestling. Where everything that I've got, good or bad, is because of wrestling pretty much today. And I'm happy about that. You know what I mean? There are things that I want to change, like everybody wants to, but I'm on this podcast because of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, otherwise I'd just be another schmuck sitting at home doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Miserable. But I'm not miserable. Trust me, I'm pretty happy.
That's amazing. Again, it's enjoying that and looking back and truly making them glory days instead of just that past. Which again, I had to do the pun intended because of the podcast as well.
Yes.
Because it's
Yes.
it's a great way to look on it.
The one thing I want to do is apologize for not being available the last few months to get the Glory Days podcast going again. I have a real job, and my real job has had me all over the place, everywhere from Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I mean, I'm all over the place, and I it's been hard to just be get a few minutes to, like, I got a PS5 downstairs and I barely touch it. You know what I mean? It's because I've just been so busy. There's a lot of things that I want to do, a lot of things that I want to, especially working with you, because I love doing the Glory Days podcast. We always I can't. There isn't a single episode that was like, meh, that was okay. Every single one of them was awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. And just looking at, especially, we've done 6 so far. It definitely will eventually come back. But
Yep.
just looking at the 6 we did, you have right there. You have the SAT, you have Homicide, you have Louis, you have Derange, Corvus, you have Philly's Most Wanted, Jay Lover. We got Chris Devine on.
Yeah.
We were able to get Chris Devine to talk to us for a bit. So it was a good ride so far.
Yeah, no, and it's definitely not over.
Yeah.
I Best I can say is 2023. I have a current project that I'm involved with heavily right now, and I shouldn't have it for more than a month, two at most. But once that project is done, I'll have my nights free again to do more stuff and set up things, and it's just been, like I said, non-stop,
Yeah.
just work, work, work. And but that's what they pay me the big bucks for.
Hey, there you go. But for everyone listening, there's your answer now. It's not over. We will be back eventually.
Definitely will be back.
But we've had these convos before, but I'm like,
Mhm.
hey, might as well have you. Let's bring it up so fans know, hey, it's not over yet. We have people that do want to come on as well. We've talked to a few that are definitely always interested in coming on. Hey, we got to get, especially that he was here earlier, we got to get Hernandez back
Yes,
on.
I was just
on
gonna
the
say
Glory
we have
Days.
to get Hernandez on. Hernandez, I know, he's done a lot of funny things with MLW and with Impact or whatever, but Hernandez is by far one of the funniest people that I know. And I don't think a lot of people understand that, how funny he is.
Yeah.
His humor is, I guess you could say, bully humor. Uh,
I'll say this, especially at Win at the Maximo show.
uh-huh.
That was the funniest locker room experience I ever had. That I was like, okay, yeah, I've heard stories; they're all true.
Yep.
But it was a great time to be around.
It's definitely all true. Yeah, no, Hernandez is just, he might be a little too much for certain people, the sensitive types, but for everyone else, he's hilarious because it's all in character, it's all out of love, it's all for a good time, have fun, and I love him, man. He's, like I said, he's one of my favorite people. I see.
Hey, there we go. We got little Louie in the chat.
What up,
There you
Louis?
go. There you
Congrats on making it on the basketball team. He just
There you
made
go.
his high school's basketball team.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, congrats, little man. There you go.
Yep. But yeah, man. Like I said, man, it's he's. I definitely want to have a few more people. I told you there's a couple of guys that I definitely want, especially like Crowbar and Ace Darling. You know what I mean?
Definitely. No, again, like I said, there's definitely a list of people we could have, and definitely people
Mhm.
that have reached out to be on. It's just, again, for everyone listening, it will be back 2023, and it's going to be a good one.
Yep. Yep.
So,
I can't wait. I mean, like I said, once this project is done, that I'll have more free time. I'm definitely going to be, fired up. And you saw I got you the stickers.
no, definitely. Those, I started passing them out at shows. I'm going to pass more out next weekend at Project to make sure I get some people. Hey, this is going to be back. Tune in. And hey, we're getting more subscribers now, which that was something I was going to actually start and I forgot to do. Was thank everyone that legit waking up this morning to over 200 subscribers. I was like,
That's what's up.
That was crazy to me. I was like, shit, 99 episodes in and 200 subscribers.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
Oh, thank you.
It's cool because, like, again, you're one of my nephews, so I get to see you grow up and you go from, when you first started, that you were nervous and it was very uncomfortable for you at first, but now you're cool. You got everything under control. You get it the way that you want it, and everybody, I haven't heard a single person talk bad about you. And usually everybody's like, "Yo, this motherfucker."
There's got to be that one person at least because it's wrestling. But hey, it's definitely
talk to me. So and that's a good thing. I'm all about it. But it's cool, and I have a lot of fun. Like I said, there hasn't been a bad episode, so I look forward to bringing it back and talking to more people, finding out things. Like I said, I have my definite list of who I want, to invite, and I definitely want to have Reefer back on.
We got to make sure he's not driving this time.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so funny.
Say, we have to get him in a safe environment.
Like, hey, just be at the school if anything. But just stay there.
Anyway, stable, not behind the wheel, not moving.
Oh man. But no, definitely. That's going to be something I can't wait to bring back. But always, again, it's always a pleasure to get to talk to you and chat. Even when it is, again, at shows, doing this, it's always great to get to learn from you, Theo. So I thank you again for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm always, anytime you ask me, you always say, sorry to bother you. I'm like, you're not bothered.
Anyone that I hit up, that's always my go-to. It's like, I have to. It's always apologize first and then, hey, we'll see where it goes.
You're good.
No, but thank you again for everyone watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like we said, next year we'll be back, and tune in because episode 100 will hopefully happen before the year ends. I have to make a little video for that to announce to everyone who episode 100 is. I'll tell you off the air when we're off this deal, but to everyone else, you're gonna have to wait and see. And always, guys, go follow Theo Mack as well on his social. Make sure we get that there. Boom. So there you go. Go follow Theo. Get him some more Twitter followers.
I mean,
get him social.
It's so weird. It's like every day there'll be like 3 new followers or whatever, and then like I'll look later on in the day and it's like down 4. I'm like,
with Twitter, it's weird because now I feel like they're killing just like bot accounts.
Yeah.
Or it's just a whole like social thing that's like. That's why with all social media now, it's like that. The bot accounts are getting killed. It's always like I don't even look at my numbers anymore, but it's always like cool when I see, okay, we're at a decent number now.
Yeah. Well, I will say this though, with next year, if I do eventually make my way out of the ring, I've been getting like my Twitch stuff lined up, my YouTube I've been revamping. Just trying to get more, avenues out there. But I definitely want to do something with Twitch as far as playing video games, maybe do something with you, let's say, and we're just playing and talking about whatever the hell, you know what I mean?
No, definitely. That would be fun to do, and especially that's something else to finally set up with these PS5s because mine is there, and it's like maybe I play it sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why I posted the other day. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna finally game again. I
Mhm.
haven't tried it since.
Although
We'll
my
get it working.
Xbox, I got a Series S, and that's been getting a lot of love because my girlfriend's son has been playing Madden on it a
Oh, okay.
lot. So like, I kill him. I just it feels so good to beat up a kid in football, right? Like I fuck him up, right? And I talk shit. The first time we played, and I was beating him by like 42-7, right? And it was fourth quarter, and he got up and just shut the game off. I was like, "You bitch, you bitch." So like, yeah, we played a couple of times. I've even told his dad, I'm like, "I'm very much looking forward to beating your son's ass in football this weekend," and he starts laughing. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh man.
uh,
But hey,
I,
there you go. That's another thing to look forward to, guys. You might
oh
see
yeah,
us doing some game streaming, which that's gonna
yeah.
be
I
fun.
mean, it's something I love. Video games. It's something that I'm famous for. It's not like nobody who knows me doesn't know that.
Yeah.
I love I'm not great at any of them. I probably suck at every single one that I play, but I'm into a lot of stuff. So like, one day it might be Street Fighter, one day it might be Outrun, one day it might be, Gran Turismo or football or whatever, you know what I mean? And then, like I said, if I could get a couple of friends on or a friend and we stream while we're playing, I'm all about it,
Yeah.
I'll definitely be hitting you up though for the technical support.
Oh no, definitely. I already have a idea in mind how to set everything up, and especially if
So
we
there
do
you go.
certain fighting games, that's gonna be I can already hear a few people wanting to get involved somehow. So
Yeah.
we'll definitely make all that work out.
My ultimate goal, I don't know if it'll happen, but my ultimate goal when I was a kid, when me and Loki were kids, we used to play MLB Sports Talk Baseball. And it later on became World Series Baseball. And like, I would be up, like, let's say 5-0. All of a sudden, it always would happen. This motherfucker would come back and beat me like 20-5. And I would just like I always vowed one day I'm gonna get revenge on him. And all the sports game, like it could be the first time he's playing, and I'm just killing him, and then all of a sudden he just like the mind trick goes off, and and like we would play like one of the games we loved was for the Sega Genesis, Coach K basketball, and college basketball with Coach Krzyzewski from Duke, and the first time we played it, I'm like, yes, draining threes, killing him. He comes back to beat me by like 2 points. I was like, you son of a bitch. You know what I mean? We would do home run derbies, and I would hit like a 465-foot home run with Barry Bonds. He would come with like Pedro Martinez and hit a 700-foot home run. I'm like, what? Like, it would kill me, destroy me. I'd be like, why? I don't know. I'm good.
Even in video games, he's a professional for a reason.
Yeah, I like.
See,
like
that's
I
gonna be
say,
that one
I love
person.
Brandon, I hate Loki. Fuck Loki. Brandon's cool, but Loki, fuck him.
See, so we're gonna have to get him on for gaming. But he's the one person I will say, and I'll say it on air. He's the one person that's the dream guest for us to get on Glory Days to get him to talk some stories.
He might feel good one day and do it. But I tell you this much: knowing him, if he does do it, it'll be after he's out of the ring. He won't do it while he's still wrestling because low key is low key.
Hey, I'll give him that. He definitely has that true respect for the craft of all this.
Yeah.
Pun intended with the podcast. He definitely has a lot of that in there. So I get it.
And he did do a Modtron. I think he did 2 Modtron podcasts way back in the days for JP. But I mean, I don't even think they're online anymore. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah, it's hard to find any of those. Like, I think there's one out possibly of like SAT on YouTube somewhere that you could find, but then most of them are just unfortunately
taken off or the channel is discontinued or whatever. No. But that podcast, when they did the New Japan shows in around 2011, I had MVP on. It was like the first post WWE MVP interview, and it was awesome. It was like so much fun, and like I already knew him. We were friends already, but he was very relaxed, and we were able to talk about a lot of things. I always wish I had that one on because that one was one of my favorites that I ever did.
That sounds already like an amazing combo right there.
Yeah.
But again, the internet fortunately wasn't as advanced as it is now. But hey,
It's all good.
You never know. There you go, guys. Which again, 2023, you never know what could happen. We'll have some amazing podcasts just like that, and amazing interviews that you guys are gonna want to check out. So again, it's not a goodbye. It's just see you guys later.
Ray, again, thank you for everything. I appreciate all that you've done. I appreciate all that you do, and I'm a big fan. And here's to 2023 being awesome. I mean, I'm gonna see you, but
I was gonna say, yeah, we're gonna be seeing each other next Saturday.
as far as on here, though, I just want to wish you a happy holidays.
Thank you, Theo. Likewise. And again, guys, go check out Theo and his next upcoming shows. Go be there next Saturday. # The Project. You'll see me there as well. I'll be calling the action. You got Team Standalone, Team Titan Championship Wrestling. Again, I have to be unbiased, but look at that team again. It's just killers. It's killers. But then as well, on December 17th, end the year with Theo Mack there. It's going to be Steve Monsta Mack versus Darius Carter in Bree Combination Wrestling. And then again, start up the year, because again, we got to kick off the year as well with Catalyst Wrestling, Rock the Bell House. It's going to be their first event of the year. You'll see the Tri-State Saints in some variation. Hopefully, all members can be there, and that's going to be a great time. And well, hopefully, it's a nice controlled environment that night, because if all the Saints are there, then it might be some chaos.
Don't forget the week before that, on the 14th, Titans 3-year anniversary.
There we go. It was just announced today as well. The location. Go check out Titan Championship Wrestling. Good friends as well. Always shout out to them.
I want to leave the ring already.
Yeah, already right there in less than 2-3 weeks. You have so many shows lined up. It's like, no, people have to come see you now. But again, guys, come check out Monsta Mag. Be there. Follow the man so you can stay up to date with all the dates that he has coming up. And again, enjoy this tour that we're not going to call it the last tour, because we never know when it'll possibly end. But hey, come see him have fun.
There.
But again, guys, as always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.